Hello my dear students. Now in this video sessions we will see the chapter 2 units and measurements under part 1 in physics. Under part 1, that is chapter 2, the name of the chapter is units and measurements. So this chapter usually is a 4 hours chapter according to the PU board, which is 4 hours chapter, and for your final examination, which is 3 mark is the weightage. So 4 hours chapter and 3 mark will be the weightage. Now in this chapter we are going to discuss about the points are like this. So keep it in your mind. This units and measurements chapters are very important for your whole physics syllabus first year and second year. So because in a physics the units and measurements are a special concepts. So any quantity is there, particularly in measurable quantities, you have to express in units, and also something you have to measure. For example, time, you have to measure that time. Length, you have to measure the length, and your mass, you have to measure the mass. So for that purpose in physics particularly units and measurements are very and important, which is a basic needs. Now let us see one by one what all the topics are there in a units and measurements. So the first one, 2.1, that is introduction part. In that, what is physical quantities, what are the types of physical quantities, these things we will see under introduction. Next, 2.2, the international system of units. 2.2, the international system of units. Usually you will call it as an SI system. I hope you know the SI units or an SI system. So here the international system of units or an SI units. Next, it is 2.3, measurement of length. How to measure the length and how to express the length in terms of units. Different units are there. How to measure the longer distance, how to measure a shorter distance. So we will see under measurement of length. Next, we will see the measurement of mass. The same thing, how to measure the mass, particularly in measurement of mass. So the larger body is there, larger object is there, how to measure the mass. For example, the mass of the universe or mass of the planet, like that. And also how to measure the smaller measurements. For example, how to measure the mass of an electron, mass of a nucleus, mass of an atom. So these things, that is under measurement of mass. As well as you know common measurements, that you already know, common measurement of mass, what you saw in the grocery shops, and how to measure your weight. So that is all are under measurement of mass. And next, 2.5, measurement of time. The measurement of time, how to measure the time and how to express the time, particularly in terms of its units, SI units, and also some other units. Next, 2.6, which is also an important here, that is accuracy, precision of instruments and errors in measurements. So we are doing measurements in physics usually. So there what happens, you have to see the accuracy. So how which is accurate, the measured value is correct or not, that will decides here, accuracy. The precision of instruments, the what will be the least count, what will be the smaller measurement done by that instruments. So that is under precision of instruments. What it precise, that is precision of instruments. And errors in measurements. So you all are doing the experiments. So for example, person A is measuring the length, he will get a 1 value, and person B is measuring the same length, but he will get some different values. So that is errors in measurements. Or also the same length you are measuring 2 or 3 times. So that is errors in measurements, for reducing the errors in measurement, and we will see how to reduce the errors in a measurements based on that number of trials and all. Next, it is significant figures. Once we measure and we have to reduce the errors in the measurements. So for that purpose we are doing number of trials and we are taking the average values. On time of taking a average value, we have a number of digits. After decimal points we are getting a number of digits. It is difficulty to remember and express in a board or in a paper. So for that purpose these significant figures are important. Rounding off an number, based on that rounding off we need a significant figures. At how much significant figure we have to round off. I hope you already know the rounding off of a number. If it is a fraction number is there, means in a decimal point. For example, after the decimal point so many digits are there, so it is difficulty to express or remember. So for that purpose we have to round off that number. And how to round off that number, that we'll discuss based on that significant figures. So we have to round off for a 4 significant figures or round off for a 3 significant figures, like that. So for that purpose we'll see the significant figures. And 2.8, next it is 2.8, dimensions of physical quantities. So here we'll see the dimensions of physical quantity, which is also very important, the dimensions of a physical quantities. So if you know the dimensions of a physical quantity, you can easily tell the unit for a particular physical quantities. It is easy to express the physical quantities. So this dimensions of a physical quantities are important. Next it is 2.9, dimensional formulae and dimensional equations. Dimensional formulae and dimensional equations. So here we know the dimensions of a physical quantities. Based on that we have to write the dimensions formula for a given physical quantity, and also we will express that in terms of an equations, dimensional equation, that is under 2.9. Next we will see the uses of dimensions. So dimensional analysis and its applications. In a 2.10 we will see the dimensional analysis and its applications. These are the main points we are going to discuss under units and measurements chapter. I hope it's clear. The 3 things here very important. One is units is an important, and second one is the measurements, how to measure the different physical quantity. Measurements is an important. Next it is dimensions, how to write the dimensions formula and dimensional equation, what all the applications of this. So in this chapter these 3 are very important: units, measurements and dimensions. So let us see one by one. We will start with the introduction and we will see the measurements and everything. And another thing, keep it in your mind, which is a 3 mark will be the weightage. Usually ask for a question like that, 1 mark 1 question, 2 mark 1 questions. The combination is like that. Or they will directly ask a 3 mark 1 questions. So this is the combination of questions they will ask for a final examinations. So this is about a small introduction of units and measurements chapter, what all the topics are there. Now let us discuss one by one. Now we will see the introduction in a chapter 2.1. Here the mainly you already know the measurements. Usually the quantity is there means. So what is quantity? What is quantity? Particularly what is quantity and what is physical quantity? What is the difference between this, a quantity and a physical quantity? For example, number of stars in a sky is a measurable or a countable. Either it is countable or measurable. So that is very important. The countable things and measurable things. So let us start with that. A countable and measurable. The countable things and measurable things. So usually we can call it as a quantity. So now we will see that the countable things and measurable things. I hope you keep it in your mind. These are the two different way. One is countable things. So we can count it. We can't measure that. So measurable things. So that is measurable things is that means we have to express that in terms of its units and all. So that is measurable things. For example, what are countable? For example, in your classroom, how many students are there in your classrooms? How many students are there in your classroom? Either you just check, either it is countable or measurable. How many students are there in your class? So obviously it is a countable things. How many students are there in your class? It is countable things. And how many fans are there in your class? How many fans are there in your class? So that is also countable things. Nothing but number of students. Number of students. Number of fans. Number of students, number of fans, and for example number of benches, number of desks, or you can say that a number of pillars and number of stars, number of buses. These all are countable, not a measurable. I hope it's clear. And come to the measurable, then which one is we can call it as measurable things? So if it is countable means the number of stars in a sky, it is a countable things means. So measurable things, what is measurable things? For example, the distance from here to here, the distance from here to here, that is length. So how much distance is there? So this is a measurable things. I can use the scale and I have to measure these things. How much distance is there? This point to this point. For example, here point A to point B. How much distance is there? Means it is not a countable things. It is a measurable things. For example, I am using the scale. I am using the scale to measure the things from A to B. For example, approximately it is 60 centimeter. It is 60 centimeter. So here it is a measurable things. So by using any measuring instruments, we are using to measure the distance from A to B. So the distance from A to B is length is 60 centimeter. So this is a measurable things. The length between A and B, length between the points A and B is a measurable things. And for example, the time, how much time you are spending for a study, how much time you are spending for a study purpose. So it is a measurable things, it is not a countable things. I hope you are getting my point. So how much time you are utilizing for a study purpose. So that is a measurable things. It is not a countable things. For example, the 4 hours, the time which is you are taking the 4 hour. Daily you are spending 4 hours for study purpose. So that means how much time you are using 4 hours. So that is measurable things. And what is your height? For example, if I ask the question, what is your height? Maybe your answer is 5 feet or 4.5 feet, like that. So you are using some number and unit these things and all. So particularly which is measurable, you need some measuring instruments. I hope it's clear. So about the countable things and measurable things. The number of stars, it is a countable things. And how much distance are there from the surface of the earth to star. So it is a measurable things. I hope this is clear, the countable things and measurable things. Here the countable things are, we can simply, the countable things or we can simply call it as a quantity. Simply we can call it as a quantity. The countable things we can simply call it as a quantity, because we can express this in terms of a number. The quantity only will express in terms of number. For example, 10, or in your class how many students are there? The 60 students are there. 60 students are there in your class. Or the 5 fans. For example, fan, how many fan are there? 5. The 60 is the students number. Students. So the stars, assumption that this much. So the star 10. So like that, it is a quantity. The countable things we can write it as a quantity, and which is expressed in terms of number only. So any physical quantity is there means then it will be different. So here it is a countable things, we can call it as a quantity, and we will express them in terms of number, only in terms of number. And come to the measurable things. If you come to the measurable things, we cannot say that it is only quantity. It cannot say that only it is quantity. So here we will name specially that is a physical quantity, or the number is there means physical quantities, either physical quantity or physical quantities. So I hope it's clear. If you come to the measurable things, then it is not, we will call it as a quantity or quantities, we can call it as an physical quantities, and we will express this in terms of number, along with their proper unit, I hope clear. The physical quantity is, we will express in terms of a number along with proper unit. Previously we saw the length is 60 centimeter, the proper unit. This is a unit and 60 is the number. So if you observe these two, the how many number of students are there in your class? That is 60 number only, 60 students. It's not, we'll write it as 60 milligram, 60 kg, 60 centimeter, 60 seconds, not like that. So that is quantity. And here if you come here 60 centimeter, otherwise it is no meaning at all. You express in terms of units, then it is a meaningful. So commonly we can, a meaningful quantity, we can say that a meaningful quantity is a physical quantities. In a common sense or common way, we can say that a meaningful quantities, we can call it physical quantities. Particularly the definition wise, if you can see the physical quantities and simply a quantities, it is just like this. Carefully listen. A quantity is nothing but it is a countable things. Anything which can be countable, and expressed in terms of numbers. So that is, we can call it as a quantity. A quantity is the anything which can be countable and expressed in terms of a number, that is quantity. And come to here physical quantities. What is physical quantities? How will you define the physical quantities? A physical quantity is nothing but a measurable things, a measurable quantities. A measurable quantities, or we can call it as physical quantities. Measurable quantities are called physical quantities. Any quantity which can be measurable, any quantity which can be measurable, then that is called physical quantities, and which is expressed in terms of number and its proper unit. Particularly in a general, I can say that Q is the physical quantities. The mathematically, if I can say that Q is a physical quantity and which is expressed in terms of number and its unit. Q is equals to N into U. N is nothing but a number, U is unit. For remembering purpose, I took like this. Q is the symbol of a physical quantity, N is a number, U is a proper unit. For example, this is the same thing what you discussed earlier. The length is the symbol, length symbol is capital L I took here, and number it is 60, 60, unit is here centimeter. So, the length, so it will express like this, the number with its proper unit. So, that is very important, careful about these things, because 60 meter, 60 centimeter, 60 feet, these all are good, okay, which is the unit of length only. If you wrote 60 seconds, L is equals to 60 seconds, it is wrong. L is equals to 60 gram, it is wrong, because length unit is centimeter. The proper unit is very important. I hope it's clear about the quantity and physical quantities. Once again, I'll repeat this. You carefully remember that any quantity which can be measurable, any quantity which can be measurable, then that quantities are called, or then that quantity are called physical quantities. Any quantities which can be measurable, then that quantities are called physical quantities. And mathematically it will express like this, the symbol of the physical quantity and its proper unit with a number, and this number is usually you can call it as a magnitude. The magnitude, the number is a magnitude, its magnitude and it's a unit. Sometimes we can call it as a magnitude, units, number, units. So keep it in your mind, the numerical number and units. I hope this is clear about the physical quantities. Now we will move on to the next with the physical quantities. I hope this is clear. Physical quantities. I hope the physical quantities is clear. Anything which can be measurable, or any quantity which can be measurable is called a physical quantities. Now here this physical quantities can be divided into, this physical quantities can be divided into different types or parts. One thing you have to remember, there are two ways are there. So based on their direction, based on that direction we will classify it into two types, and also based on their units and its quantities measurement, based on that also we can classify two types. Now let us see what all the types are there. In a one way, usually which is two types, the physical quantities are classified into two types. One is fundamental or base, fundamental or base quantities. Fundamental quantities or base quantities. Fundamental quantities or base quantities or basic quantities. And another one which is derived quantities. So fundamental or base quantities, fundamental quantities or base quantities, fundamental quantities or base quantities, and another one is derived quantities. So in this chapter we will discuss these two types, fundamental quantities and derived quantities. So these are very important. What are fundamental quantities, what are derived quantities are that. So this is fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Now before understanding the fundamental quantities and derived quantities, what are the example for a physical quantities? Example for a physical quantities. One example we already know. The example for a physical quantity is length. Length, you know, the length of the wire or length of the particularly classroom from point A to point B. So that is length. And area, for example, the area of this board, area, how much area which is occupied, this board, that is area. And the volume, so that volume of, for example, volume of this duster, what is the volume of this duster? So that is a physical quantity, it is a measurable quantity, volume. And for example, the speed, it is measurable. For example, in a vehicle, the speedometer is there, 40 km per hour, the vehicle is moving with a 40 km per hour, that means it is a speed which is measurable, speed. And velocity, acceleration, and force. I hope this, velocity, acceleration, force, the work, and time, mass, pressure, temperature. I hope you are getting my point. Length, area, volume, speed, velocity, acceleration, force, work, time, mass, and pressure, temperature, and along with that, if you are taking means the power, energy. So these all are a measurable quantities. That's why these quantities are, we can call it some physical quantities. So here one thing you people have to remember, these all are the example for the physical quantities. I took this many examples. In that, how will you classify which one is related to the fundamental quantities and which one is under derived quantities? Which one is under fundamental quantities? Which one is under derived quantities? That is very, very important. The identifying the physical quantity as a fundamental quantity or a derived quantity, that is very important. So before that, before identifying that quantity, what is fundamental quantity, what is derived quantity, that we will see. So the first thing, fundamental quantity, the meaning itself it tells fundamental, base, the basic things, fundamental, the initially required. So particularly this fundamental quantity is nothing but any physical quantity which cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities. I will repeat that, any physical quantities which cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities, then that physical quantities are called fundamental quantities. For example, length. A length is a physical quantity. Obviously, it's a physical quantity. This length cannot be expressed. This length we cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities. For example, here area, volume, speed, acceleration, these things and all are there. So we can't express length in terms of these physical quantities. So that's why the length is a fundamental quantity. I hope you are getting my point. Any physical quantity which cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities, that physical quantities are called fundamental quantities. Here, for example, length is a fundamental quantities. Then what is derived quantities? That is also an important. I hope you have an idea for that, because I mentioned a physical quantity cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities are called fundamental quantities. If any physical quantities which can be expressed, any physical quantity which can be expressed in terms of other physical quantities, then that physical quantities we can call it as obviously derived quantities. So the derived quantity is nothing but any physical quantity. Keep it in your mind. Remember this definition of derived quantity is any physical quantity which can be expressed in terms of other physical quantities, particularly in terms of fundamental quantity, then that physical quantities are called derived quantities. I hope you are getting my point. Any physical quantities which are expressed in terms of other physical quantities, for example, in terms of fundamental quantities. If you can see the second one, the area. For example, area. How to express the area? What is area? Usually area of this board, the length into breadth, length into equals to length into breadth. You already know the breadth is once again related to the length. So I can write it as length into length. So length square. I can express the physical quantity, that is area, in terms of a fundamental quantities. So area is expressed in terms of a fundamental quantities. Then this quantity area is called derived quantities, because which can express in terms of other physical quantities. I hope you got an idea about fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Fundamental quantities which cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities. Derived quantities, any quantity which can be expressed in terms of other physical quantities, particularly in terms of fundamental quantities. So that is derived quantities. Now it's your job to identify the given physical quantities here, given physical quantities, which one is under a fundamental quantity, which one is under derived quantity. So you people have to find which one is a fundamental quantity, which one is a derived quantity. You have to tell under this physical quantities which one is come under a fundamental quantities and which one is come under derived quantities. So you people have to make a list of that example. I hope these things are clear.